What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Bidcon, Aubergine Man, Leo Lionheart 5DK57, QWERTY2999. I'm not saying it. You can read it yourself. Shad Church, Alfonso Romero, Jacob Bird, Hawa Muaza, Yadi, Jimina, Ratchet Akarui, Kohav 0310, Tokusa, D. Witt, Corey Costello, Sean McLaughlin, Jack, Lorenzo Baxter, Clinton Brown, O'Malley Caboose 5, Dinosaur, Allison Rathbone, Jason Cantu, Acoleyte, Michael Pedigo, Marvinator HD, Godfather Plays, Moises Melina, Manut D02, Damn Is It, Tommy, and I would also like to thank our executive producers, Joshua Fix, The Gimpster 101, and Bevan Brummett. Thank you all very much for your support. If you wish to become a YouTube member, feel free to click the join button, which is right beside the subscribe button right below the video. And if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link down below to find out more. We'll see you there.
You didn't get a yellow out of that? Come on.
No! Why would I lie about that? Why?
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's even worse for Wasabi. No. Oh my god, will he hit 20? You know what? No, I'm not playing that one. Fuck you, Al Pudding.
Rookie of the Year 2020. Let's go.
No! No! Nick, it's happening again. She's doing it again. It's a Nuzlocke.
Pretty much the only time I really care about Pokemon anymore is if Jaden's doing something with it.
Well, that's fair. I mean, there's that. Plus, you know, I like watching some of the pack openings, especially from Wildcat and Panda. You know, seeing Tyler.
Those usually just make me angry.
Oh, come on. Over what?
Just like all of that money.
All that money, what, dude? I mean, they're pulling it. They're pulling it RNG. It's not like they're deliberately like buying these packs, resealing them, knowing that a Rainbow Charizard's in there, and be like, oh my god!
I know, but still, that's usually all of that money.
Mm-hmm. Well, overall,
just like if I had enough money to gamble on trading cards like that, I probably would be doing the same thing. But I'm just like, oh.
Well, I mean, I'm probably going to be buying some packs here soon. The booster packs. See what I can find. See if we can't get like 40 packs worth, and you, me, and Chad each get like 13 to open.
Yeah, I quit playing Magic the Gathering like a while back, and it's probably been like 7 or 8 years. And I had a big box with like all of my cards in it, and there was probably, a couple thousand cards in that box.
Yeah.
And I had started hanging out with some people, and one of the dudes that was my friend's roommate, Eli, collected Magic the Gathering cards just to play casually, and so he would take any and all of them and play whatever type and stuff, So I was like, you know what, I got a big box. It was like, Merry Christmas or whatever, and just gave them to him.
Merry Christmas.
And he was like, you're letting me have these? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm not going to use them anymore. And he was like, oh, thank you. I was like, no problem.
Thank you so much.
So come to find out from chance, several of the cards and the sets that we used to play in are now worth a fuck ton of money. And I'm just like...
And you're just like, I gave those away.
I just gave them to Eli.
You just gave them away.
At least he's probably still using them and having fun with them. But, like...
Yeah.
If I kept them, I probably would have had a good chunk of change out of them at this point.
Also, for those of you who are distracted by my hair or lack thereof, there's a reason for this. It's in the live stream, which is down below in the comment section. But yeah, we're probably going to be doing another live stream here soon where I just open up Pokemon booster packs, and you're more than welcome to take part in it if you want to. Or oh well,
maybe.
But Magic the Gathering, Chad used to play that a lot. And he still has a bunch of his old cards, and I'd like to see if we could go through it and see if he's got any that are of any value.
Yeah.
Because ever since the pandemic started, it's like card collecting has taken off again. Because I remember early on, the Pokemon card market sort of had like a little spike, but then it tapered off a little bit and planed out. But here in like the last few weeks, just been like, just gone. And
yeah, I remember my buddy Chance was really mad because he used to have 2 first-run Charizards, and he went and sold them to the local card shop to buy a Game Boy Color and Pokemon Red. And
now
his mom was like so proud of him for like, he's like, he sold something and got something else by himself without me having to give him any money, you know. And he's like, if I still had those, I could probably buy a fucking car with them.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
That's what I would say, just to be a dick. I'd be like, thanks, Mom. Thanks for inspiring me to friggin' sell my stuff that could have got me a freaking car in the future.
Pretty much.
It's like that scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin when he's going and cataloging like all the old toys that he's got, and they're just like, wait, isn't this like the main like boss from the $6 Million Man? Why do you have him and not the $6 Million Man? It's like, oh, that was a limited run, and when I got him knowing that no one else would buy him, and because of that, his doll is actually worth more than the $6 Million Man. How much more? About $6,000 more? It's like, holy shit. And then
I'm just hoping something I do collect eventually becomes like worth a crap ton of money. Like one day it's just like all of a sudden it's like, oh, this Cthulhu pot figure I have is now worth like $3,000 because it's limited edition.
Hey, I'm placing my bet on that.
Or like,
with these right here.
It's like,
I
holy crap!
know that's not probably going to happen.
You remember that perfect grade Gundam?
These were limited runs.
It's like like 20 years from now. Remember that perfect grade Gundam I spent $250 on? Well, people are taking it built, already built. It's like doesn't matter the condition for like $100,000. I sold to the first person with $100,000.
Yeah, exactly. You'll send it to. You will hand deliver it to them for $100,000.
Yeah, like I don't even give a shit that it took me like a year to build it. Like, fucking sold.
Well, dude, if you work for a year on something, then all of a sudden you get
$100,000.
Yeah,
that's a good salary.
Gladly, that is a winning salary.
Yep.
That's better than me. Like by far, that's like double, if not triple. No, actually, it's probably triple what I make off here after taxes and everything. Because gotta leave it to Uncle Sam to really like clip your nuts, you know, or I'm sorry, you know, clip your ovaries for ladies out there, and the whole thing with it is just you try your best to the whole capitalism game. Don't get me wrong, I have my problems with it, but to me, I still love it because at any given point you could stumble onto something and then boom, you all of a sudden you'll never have to work a hard day in your life ever again. And don't get me wrong, you'll probably have to continue to maintain something, much like this YouTube channel. You know, I've worked my ass off to get where I am, but the job is not done. The work is never done. And Jaden can tell you this much. I mean, you know, hard work does pay off, which, you know, hopefully her Nuzlocke pays off the same way her last one did.
So I'm glad, like, to see her playing games like Pokemon and playing Mario Kart with Carson, Minecraft, stuff like that, because there was a video she put out, like, a long while ago talking about how she has a problem with, like, just feeling like she constantly has to be animating and can't take time to do anything else, and it's, like, really bad on her mental health and everything, and I'm just, like, glad to see her at least having some fun in between doing animations.
And I think that that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that she's branching out and she's, well, I'm not going to say she's going to, like, get fully into gaming, you know, like how Carson or Wildcat or Nogla is. But I think by her branching out and doing this and connecting with other YouTubers, you know, it'll help her mental health a whole lot. And, you know, I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy that she's branching out as well. I mean, I'd like to game with her sometime. You know, just invite her in for some Mario Kart or Minecraft or something like that. Or a game of her choosing. It's gonna be one of those
situations where my brain actually does the thing that I always like feel like it's not gonna do, but it sometimes does.
And what's
Especially
that,
when I'm
freeze?
trying to talk to a lady that I think is really pretty.
You pretty much turn into Dennis after being shot in the head.
Pretty much.
I done ders.
Crammy handle bit.
Right.
Crammy handle bit.
Hey, ders. Yeah, just out. But yeah, I know that there's people in the comment section right now saying, "Why you take 8 minutes to start video?" It's like, you know why?
Fuck you. That's why.
You know why? Because this is our video. We choose to do what we want. If you don't like, then you can just plant it. Anyway.
Also, there's usually a timestamp in the fucking comments. So
thank Caleb for that. Hey, give thanks to Caleb. He's the one doing God's work. Anyway, here we go.
You really don't care what we have to say, in which case I don't know why you're here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't know. If you're here to watch Jaden, then just go to Jaden's channel. I mean, it's sort of the point.
So if you're new here, hi.
Hi.
I've done this before. Last year I made a video about my first ever Pokemon Nuzlocke, and the game I played in it was Pokemon Ruby. It was fun, so here I am again, doing another. But this time I attempted to Nuzlocke Pokemon Platinum. I'll explain again super quickly how a Nuzlocke works. You can only catch the first Pokemon you run into per route. If a Pokemon faints, it dies, and you can't use it anymore. And you have to nickname your Pokemon so you grow more attached to them. If you still don't understand, that's not my problem. Let's get started. Hoo boy. This was my Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke.
I've only ever played Platinum for like a total of, I think, like 10 minutes.
Pokemon! So my friend and neighbor Barry is practically dragging me all over the place with his hyperactive squirrel brain, frantically trying to get a Pokemon as soon as possible from this Professor Rowan he saw on TV. He drags me out to Route 201 and is about to leap into the tall grass when... Hold it! You guys know going into the tall grass is practically a death wish, right? What you're doing is basically suicide. Borderline insanity. What absolute moronic lunatics you are. Have you no respect for your lives? Do you have any Pokemon?
No.
Do you want some? And like that, I have a Turtwig. I named him Turt and immediately used him to bash in Barry's Chimchar. I was making my way through the grass, but right as I was about to nab the Shinx I found on 202. Don't kill it. No! So, no Shinx for us. But that's alright. Shinx isn't that great this early anyway. Then I locked eyes with our first trainer. The first battle. Let's see how we fare against youngster Tristan and his level 5 Starly. Oh my god! So in the first trainer battle I ever fought, I almost immediately lose my starter to a critical hit. Why do I suddenly have a very bad feeling about this? Nevertheless, we kept going onward through Jubilife City, where we caught Kronk the Zubat in the cave above Route 204, and Magikarp on 218.
We're Magikarp.
Your name is Puppy. Just outside the city, Barry runs up and demands another battle, so I happily bash in his Chimchar again. And his Starly too. I kept on my way, eventually arriving in Orberg City.
I like that she's just like smashing them with the Pokemon.
I was terrified of his Granados, but Turt landed a crit Razor Leaf and one-shot it before it could even do anything. So that's badge number 1 for us. I made it to Floroma Town and was really excited because if you didn't know, outside the Valley Woodworks you can find Shellos. And if you didn't know, again, I love Shellos. I ran straight to the grass to get my Shellos encounter.
Actually, didn't know that.
And... I'm not gonna pass up an encounter, so I very depressingly caught the Shinx and named it Failure to vent my sadness.
Oh, come on! Come on! Don't do that! Don't do that!
This little girl's dad. So I beat up the grunt guarding the door, broke in, beat up the grunts in the building until Turt evolved, then found Galactic Commander Mars at the end of the corridor, who I was scared of because...
You remember I told you I was waiting on a call?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Hello? A very rare call from my dad because, you know, my dad's a very stern and curt person. You know, he does not like to, he hates phone calls. He doesn't like text messaging either, so getting to talk to him is a rarity. He loves in-person talking. You know, he loves to jaw, you know, just, bullshit, but, it is what it is. But, anyway, back to this.
Because she's got a fat cat that hits like a semi-truck. But I had a plan. Back in the Orberg Mines, I caught Dwayne the Onyx, and I brought him to the fight because in case things got dicey, I would switch him in to buy time and heal up my other Pokemon. Basically, Dwayne was death fodder. Turt took out Mars's Zubat, and when Perugly came out, Kronk plucked off the Oranberry it was holding. But she got hit pretty hard in the process, and since Turt needed a bit of healing before he could get back into it...
Dwayne can take a scratch. Look at that. Dwayne is fine. He's fine, guys. Don't pull the sad nose for Dwayne. Dwayne's fine. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. Oh my god!
Oh!
Dude!
Dwayne tanking it.
I'll give him that. Dwayne gets to live.
Dwayne
Somehow,
tanked
when
it.
Dwayne was supposed to die, he hung in there on 1 HP. And you know what? I respected the hell out of him for it. I let Dwayne live,
Dwayne
and Turt
Rock
was able
Johnson.
to take out the Perugly. What a legend. But then
Good job,
I put him
Dwayne.
back in the box and moved on. In
Aww.
Cornet, I caught a Bronzor named Big Boy, which I happily added to the team. And right before Gardenia's gym, Kronk evolved, which meant no mercy for those flower ladies. Badge number 2.
Golbat.
We slashed the guard bushes in front of the Galactic building and ran up all the stairs where we fought Galactic Commander Jupiter. Let's take a look at how that went.
Don't crit. Don't crit, don't crit.
Crit.
No! But, I
Oh.
mean, that won't do... Let's just hit it. Don't crit him.
2 crits.
No. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
We finally
the
were able to beat her,
fuck?
but that fight really knocked the wind out of me.
That is some
I was
unlucky
shaking on my way
RNG.
back to the Pokemon Center when this lady Cynthia shows up and is like, "Egg? Yeah."
Sure.
Anyway, even meeting Cynthia wasn't enough to calm my nerves, so to keep my mind off the absolute tragedy we narrowly avoided, I decided to start training up Big Boy on Cycling Road.
And guess what
And then
happened?
he died.
I've practiced this game and...
So before you push up your anime glasses and tell me that steel is weak to fire, which I know, by the way, the reason I kept Big Boy in was because not only is his defense an iron wall, but he had heat proof, which negates his fire weakness. But then he got crit. So, first step. I'm sorry, Big Boy.
Damn.
You never had the opportunity to become a big boy. I walked into Wayward Cave and found a Gible. Gible is an amazing Pokemon. It turns into Garchomp, which is easily one of, if not the strongest Pokemon in the game that isn't a
And
legendary.
and
Adding
her-
it to the team would give us such a huge
And
advantage,
gets
and now
killed.
there is nothing in my way between that and...
Turt.
Oh!
And we're moving on. We arrived in Hart Home City
Boy.
where I caught DeVito the Ralts, Kronk and Puppy evolved. We had a clean win against
Danny-
Santina, and some lady gave us an Eevee I named Milk. Things were starting to look better now. I was leveling up DeVito against trainers, and when fighting this lovey-dovey couple...
let's go into Puppy. Get rid of the Weasel. Oh no!
DeVito, no.
Jesus
You're
Christ!
kidding. You're kidding.
Nope.
And that's why I hate love. In came Shrimp the Scyther I caught on Route 210. Some good news, on Route 213, I finally found a Shellos. I named it Squoop, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I know you're not supposed to have a favorite child, but Squoop was my favorite child, and I wasn't apologetic about it. I trained it up, and now we got a Gastrodon. Turt ended up evolving too, so together with Kronk and Squoop, Maylene was defeated, and badge number 4 was secured. Outside of Pastoria City, I caught a Quagsire named Lol, but when I went to get my Great Marsh
Lol.
encounter, I was trying to get a Yanma and accidentally threw a ball at a Wooper, so now we've got Lol and Oops in the box. Then I swept Crasher Week with Milk, who is now a Jolteon, with the TM Thunder I bought literally next door. I walked out of the gym and Team Galactic set off a bomb.
Damn it.
I ran down the grunt who detonated it and took him out because he is weak. Cynthia appears again and tells me to bring a charm to her grandma. So I'm like, yes ma'am. We found her in Celestial Town along with Cyrus, the leader of Team Galactic, who starts some evil Shakespeare speech about how everything is imperfect, so he's gotta blow up the world or something. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention. And then he wanted to fight. Puppy took out his Sneasel and I sent out Milk to take care of his Golbat. But Milk decided he wanted to be lazy and not only miss all his thunders, but also punch himself in the face.
Milk!
Why are you so stupid? No. No.
You can't. You can't be doing this.
Kronk came out and killed the Golbat because Milk was being difficult, but I gave him a second chance and he took out the Murkrow. Anyway, here's your dusty charm. I went out and caught a Magnemite named C, then arrived in Canalave City, where we barged into Byron's gym and demolished his team with Swoop and Turd. Then Team Galactic sets off another bomb, this time at Lake Valor. So Barry, Professor Rowan's assistant Lukas, and I split up to check on the lakes. As I'm strolling past all the flopping Magikarp, I run into Galactic Commander Saturn, who we swept the floor with. After that, we headed over to Lake Verity, where we did the exact same with Mars. There was a part where Turd got crit and almost died. Oh god. Oh god. But we're fine, he's fine. Finally, we had to go check up on Barry at Lake Acuity.
I was gonna say,
This man look traumatized.
he don't look fine.
Yeah, he don't look fine at all.
He's just like, what's this bitch putting me through, man? I don't know what's going on here. This is crazy. I'm gonna die.
Fine, he's fine. Finally, we had to go check up on Barry at Lake Acuity, and after trekking through 6 feet of snow for like a mile, we get there to find Barry at the top of a cliff like, ha ha ha, you can't climb rocks. Come back when you can climb rocks, loser. I'll go fight Candace's gym now, I guess. Now, we've been having some good type matchups with the past few gyms, so I haven't really been nervous about most of them, but Candace uses ice types, which, like, half my team is weak against. Which, you know, nervousness rising. Not only was I at a massive type disadvantage, but the main threats on our team were her Abomasnow because it hits like a truck and sets up hail, and her Frostlass because it'll use the hail from the Abomasnow to heighten its evasiveness with Snow Cloak, spam double teams, and then just sweep my team. I walked in, took a deep breath, which didn't make me feel better at all, and started the battle. Shrimp took out her Sneasel, and Swoop took out her Piloswine, almost dying in the process, and then she finally brought out the big bad Abomasnow. Since it's Grass Ice type, I taught Puppy Fire Blast. Yeah, I didn't know we could... Anyway,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure it could one-shot because Puppy's not a special attacker, and lo and behold, it didn't.
It didn't miss. Please kill it. Please. It's quad. It's quad.
Oh,
Eventually, Puppy took it
Lived
out,
with
but
the
that
magic
was
pixel.
absolutely terrifying. Last but not least, Frostlass. I wanted to have Swoop Rain Dance to get rid of the hail so Frostlass's Snow Cloak isn't activated, but since Swoop was sitting at a not-so-chill 20 HP, that wasn't gonna work out super great. However, since I didn't want Kronk to be in this fight at all, right before the fight I swapped her with Failure the Shinx. Yep.
No.
Sorry, little guy. Failure looked up at the looming death that was Frostlass in front of her, and as I healed up Swoop, Failure was killed in its blizzard. It's really
Jesus
unfortunate we had to
Christ.
resort to it, but I give Failure a salute for stepping up and surrendering its life to the team. Swoop came out, got off the rain dance, and after a close battle, was able to pull through. We won, but it wasn't without sacrifice. We had a moment of silence for Failure, the true MVP of the fight. Gone, but not forgotten. Now we could climb the rocks to Lake Acuity.
You named it failure, Jaden. You knew exactly what you were doing, but at it's heartless, but at the same time, I understand.
It's a legitimate strategy.
God dang it. You're right.
And when we got up there, Barry's got snot dripping down his face, crying in the snow because he got beat up by Jupiter, who looks at me and is like, "See ya, I'm going to Veilstone HQ." I'm gonna go to Veilstone. We start running through the base trying to find Cyrus, but when fighting this scientist...
Psychic.
No.
Porygon 2 freaks
No!
me out. It is way too powerful, way too bulky, and it's way too weird. I do like Porygon 2 though. I would like a plush of Porygon 2. Very cute.
Bye-bye.
What?
Bye-bye, Swoop. No!
No! No! Swoop! We lost Swoop!
Wasn't that her favorite?
I wasn't
Yep.
okay. Kurt came out and curb stomped the Porygon 2 out of vengeance, but to put it lightly, I wasn't taking that too well.
My heart is breaking. I'm like actually sad.
But life doesn't stop when your dog dies, so I had to keep trucking and brought Law the Quagsire to the team. With an intense, blood-curdling thirst for revenge, I stormed into Cyrus's room. Fight! Shrimp and Milk took out his team in no time. I snatched his Master Ball and used his teleport pad to enter the basement where Meteor,
Bleh.
Azelf, and Yuxi are all being held captive. fight, and like Cyrus, Saturn was swept too. After releasing the Lake Guardians, we head to Mount Coronet because Cyrus wants to go there and destroy the planet, I think, and we catch up to him at the Spear Pillar. Before we can run up and attack him, Mars and Jupiter step in. Then Barry arrives. Honestly, I have no idea how he found us all here, and is like, I'll help. Lol takes out both the Bronzers, Mars's Prugly, and Barry's Munchlax. So I thought, you know, it was all smooth sailing, right? Well...
No.
Well,
Twin Golbats. Oh, great.
really doing a lot for the team, aren't you? Oh my god, no, it has Giga Drain? No.
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 Oh no. Oh no.
LOL is
crit.
down.
Not only did I not know their Golbat had Giga Drain for some reason, but it also got a crit. So I was starting to feel bad. But then I started panicking. The thing is, after you fight Mars and Jupiter, you have to go into the Distortion World and fight Cyrus and Giratina. If Cynthia forces us into the Distortion World without us being able to get a new member, we're in massive trouble. We finish up the battle and Cyrus starts his whole spiel about how the world isn't perfect, blah blah blah, everything must die except for me. Then he gets swallowed up by Giratina, a hole opens, a rip in space leading to the Distortion World, and I'm kinda just standing off to the side twiddling my thumbs like, Cynthia, please don't shove me in there without my consent.
Cynthia, can I go? I have something to do. Our world will be destroyed. Are you ready? No, I'm not. Let me go!
Okay.
I'm free! Holy crap. Get me out of here. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, lol. We just got you, and then you died. But luckily, remember when I accidentally caught that Wooper while trying to get a Yanma? It's time, Oops. You are no accident. You're our lucky star who will carry us to victory. Now Oops leveled up, came back to the Spear Pillar where Cynthia was just sitting there waiting for us, and hopped in. Everything is topsy-turvy and the Lake Guardians are telling me to push boulders into holes. And suddenly I'm on a floating crest of land with Cynthia, who's basically like, Cyrus, get lost and never come back. And Cyrus didn't like that. So he came at me. Oops took out his Houndoom and his Gyarados came out, so I switched to Milk. But I was very terrified because Cyrus's Gyarados has Earthquake. So if Milk misses his Thunder here, he dies. And Milk is notorious for missing his Thunders. But it hit. Milk lives another day. He also took out Cyrus's Crobat and Honchkrow, and Shrimp finished up his Weavile. Cyrus steps aside, and suddenly, it's just me and the Angel of Darkness itself, Giratina.
Who gets hit in the face with a Master Ball, if I'm guessing?
Master Ball. Uh-oh. Or not. Huh?
Do they make you do a mirror battle in this game or something?
You know what you must do.
I threw the Master Ball, and like that, it was over. I saved the world. Now to get back to my gym badges. I arrived at Sunshore City and started making my way through Volkner's gym. I know he's the 8th gym leader and he's supposed to be tough, and apparently he's depressed because everyone who challenges him isn't good enough and he's bored. But I wasn't concerned. We have Oops, and none of his Pokemon can do anything about it. It's not like they have Giga Drain or anything, right? They didn't, I checked. Oops was just Earthquake and everything, and at the end, I'll admit, I got a bit scared.
Okay, don't crit.
Crit.
If you crit Giga Impact, that would be really Holy.
But it's all good. We're all good. And with that, off to Victory Road we went, where we caught ourselves a Gabite I named Flakes. Would have been nice to have one, I don't know, near the beginning of the game, say, in Wayward Cave. You know, but whatever. Better.
Now I see why Jaden is torturing Turk to some degree.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it's just like, you cost us this. That blood is on your hands, and Turd is just like, come on, Jaden, I just did my job.
Better late than never. It's good to have just in case something goes horribly wrong out of nowhere.
Flakes is base 60. Yeah, it is. It's an amazing. Whoa, 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 whoa. No!
What the fuck?
Gyarados!
A level 47? Just one shot of level 50.
Oh dear.
What
and
the
that's the
fuck?
straw that broke the camel's back. After Puppy died, I stepped back and decided the team we go into the Elite Four with needs to be the best possible team we can build. The Elite Four here goes...
Are you saying you want to be the very best, like no one ever was? I'm sorry.
I think she's saying she's going to grind everybody to level 99.
Yeah, she's pretty much just going to be like, we're not going into this battle with one Pokemon under level 70.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to mess someone up.
It was pretty hard, so I couldn't go in willy-nilly just hoping for the best. After literally a few hours of calculations and research, I settled on a team I thought would give us the highest possibility of winning. I added Flakes to the team in place of Puppy, and with a heavy heart, left Milk and Kronk behind as I brought C the now Magnezone and Colgate the Togekiss I hatched from the eggs Cynthia gave me. Even though I was sad to not bring Milk and Kronk into the final battles with us, they won't be forgotten. And it doesn't negate the fact they were such huge assets to the team, and I wouldn't have made it this far without them. I'll see you guys on the other side. I took a step towards the doors of no return, and immediately got interrupted by Barry, who wanted to have one last fight. Anyway...
Just bitch slapped him. Oh yeah, that.
Welcome. This is the Elite Four. The battle starts and C takes out Aaron Xeon Mega and Vespiquen, Oops takes out his Drapion, and Colgate takes out his Scizor and Heracross. Next up is Bertha.
The fuck is happening?
Bertha loves ground types, but Turt and Oops had a smooth time smashing through her team. I felt a horrible shiver when her Rhyperior came out, but things went well. On to Flint.
My guess is there's something that's going to be revealed from this. Like, all this can't be happening for nothing in the frequency of its
but luckily,
Holy
Oops
shit, it's
and
Ronald
Flakes had
McDonald.
no trouble plowing through them as well. And with that, we're on to the last member, Lucian. Now, Shrimp hasn't had much time to shine in these fights so far, so I decided I wanted to let her go all out. She set up sword stances and bullet punched everything. Proud of you, Shrimp. And suddenly, I'm at the entrance to the champion. The trainer who's been known to crush dreams in a single battle,
Cynthia.
and many still fear to this day. I took a deep breath. Things are going surprisingly well, and I don't know how to feel about it. But I looked up, and there she was. At this moment, I have only one last objective. Defeat Cynthia. She leads with Spirit.
Okay.
Weaknesses.
Okay. No. She is just gonna walk up and be like, fuck you, dude, to the guy who's about to destroy the whole world when she's the best Pokemon trainer, like, in the world. Or at least in the continent, whatever the fuck. She's that powerful at Pokemon training, and she's just gonna be like, you, go away, now. This girl, Pokemon battle. No, she would've been kicking ass with her Pokemon. Plot hole. That's fucking stupid.
That's kind of stupid, yeah.
Defeat Cynthia. She leads with Spiritomb, which has no weaknesses, so I sent out Turt to hit it as hard as possible. Flakes takes out her Togekiss, and then her Garchomp comes out. This is known to be one of the toughest boss Pokemon in the entire franchise. And rightfully so. That thing was made by Satan himself, and I'm sure even he fears what he has created. I immediately switched to Oops, who's the only Pokemon that can lead us to victory.
What's wrong?
Heard somebody ranting and raving like it was 1943.
The end of Pokemon Platinum was fucking dumb, that's why.
Yeah. Chat.
All I heard was, Hagen.
All of a sudden, he's down here like Herman Goring giving a fiery speech to the fucking Gestapo.
I was just like, Jesus
It's like,
Christ.
ja gut, ich will nicht
Krankenwagen!
Had to be
Flugzeug!
had to be something crazy out
It's just
like
about Pokemon.
just earlier in the scene, like this dude was literally trying to destroy the world, and this girl was down there like, "Hey, don't do that. She's gonna Pokemon battle you and beat your ass."
Yeah.
And it's just like, turns out, come to find out, the one that's the best Pokemon trainer at the end of everything is that same girl. Don't you think if she was that good of a Pokemon trainer, she should have fucking done something before you got there? Yeah.
Dude,
What the fuck is that shit?
let's be honest. After Johto was when shit started to go downhill, and a lot of people don't want to admit that. It just got
Second gen Pokemon is where I ended it.
The story seemed really
Johto.
cool. Other than that, I was just like, that just doesn't make any fucking sense.
as long as everything's okay. I just want to check.
Yeah.
Love
I
you
get,
guys.
love you too, Chad.
Later.
I can just hear the comment section now. Boomer, 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 boomer.
I can hear all the Pokemon fanboys and girls like being like, "Oh, he's stupid if he doesn't take it makes sense. It makes sense
This
for
is
this
just
reason,
our
this reason."
opinion, guys.
This is just based off the information given from Jaden's video. I haven't even played the fucking game.
Yeah, maybe we'll play it and we'll like it. Who knows?
Here. I planned to put it to sleep with Jan and then ice beam it until it died. That was our only hope. But then, oops was crit. And that was it. Nothing on my team can take a hit from this monster, and even if they could, they couldn't do much damage back. I sat there in disbelief, knowing there wasn't anything I could have done, and the battle is basically unwinnable now. I brought out Shrimp to bullet punch it so we could get in a little bit of damage, but she was killed. Colgate tried to chip away at it. He did some damage too, but was crit one shot. At this point, I'd accepted defeat. Only Turt, C, and Flakes were left. It's hopeless at this point. Flakes came out, and against all odds, Flakes outsped Cynthia's Garchomp and killed it.
Damn.
I didn't think he could do it. He was 2 levels weaker.
It's like, whoa!
I didn't think he could outspeed it. Suddenly, there was a chance. We could win this after all. Cynthia brings out her Milotic, which C took out with a few Thunderbolts. Flakes took out the Lucario with Dig. Look, my Earthquake TM is on Swoop, and we all know what happened there. Finally, the last Pokemon comes out. Roserade. Flakes went in for the Dragon Claw, and
That was
the
it?
battle was over. We won. As Cynthia's congratulating me, a sudden feeling of overwhelming guilt washes over my entire body, so intense it almost knocks me down. I don't think I deserve this. Something here isn't right. This wasn't meant for me. Back in the distortion world when Giratina split me in two, how do I know I'm me? What happened in the other timeline where I saw glimpses of what happened parallel to this world, that was me too. Those things happened. Was that the ending I'm destined to have? The world I'm living in now is how I want things to be, but the other Jaden is equally me as I am her. Even if you might think I deserve this dimension, things don't work like that. Are there some things you can't escape, even when you try everything you can do to alter it? I don't know the answer. I may be able to sit on this throne now and thank all the Pokemon that put in everything to help me get here. All the hard work, blood, sacrifices we made. But I don't think I can ever accept this victory. I don't know what ending was meant for me. And I don't think I ever will.
Damn. Well, I mean...
It's a deep interpretation of the end of that game, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything that there is like to know about Pokemon, but, you know, there's moments where I just, you know, where I doubt everything that I'm doing. It's just like, in terms of the multiverse, like, is there Nathan Hamilton out there who is an eternal failure? Probably. I would say so. I mean, if infinity is, if the multiverse is infinite.
If there's a dude out there that's a version of me that fails harder than me, I'd hate to see that.
He's probably, like, the version that I think you're thinking of is probably, like, in jail. You know,
already dead, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, who knows?
I mean, I've clearly already probably botched my kidneys, so I'm probably going to die soon. So.
Don't say
eventually.
that. Don't say that.
Eventually earlier than I should.
It's probably just it's probably just, like, something weird in your glucose count.
Maybe.
I guarantee you it's like they're just going to tell you, hey, just lay off sugar a little bit, all right? Just lay off the sugar a bit.
Yeah, I hope they're just like, you need to drink more water and less Monster, but I have a bad feeling for some reason.
Well,
I don't have health insurance, so it's not going to be good if it's anything other than that.
We'll see. I mean, hopefully it's nothing too dire.
Yep.
But, yeah, Pokemon Nuzlocks are always, like, a tough watch and a tough sell for some people. I mean, me, I've never attempted one. I probably never will because I'm just so far out of the loop on Pokemon.
Yeah, like, if I'm going to Nuzlocke on Pokemon, it's going to be on either Red or Silver. Like, one of the two
That's
I've actually played
too.
all the way through before.
That's probably me too.
Because, like, I'm going to go in trying to play, like, you know, one of the later games and just be like, I don't know what the fuck that is, or what type it is, or what to do against it. Like, it's gonna be bad. Like, I'll get fucking trashed.
Yeah, but maybe.
Even so,
maybe
I
one
probably
day.
wouldn't do one anyways, just because I don't find Pokemon's format fun anymore.
Well,
It would be a very boring playthrough for me.
well, who knows? Maybe here in the future they'll actually release a game that is what we've been hoping for. You know, true open world Pokemon game with a.
That's a funny joke. Funny joke.
I just had a sudden existential dread that, you know, nothing that nothing I ever play again will ever like be good. You know, because companies love to rest on their laurels instead of actually innovate. And anytime innovation is attempted, it's punished.
It's because it's the end of the year and nothing's really been announced to look forward to right now. It's like we literally got the game
Also-
that everybody was looking forward to, and there's nothing else. Like
Also,
coming
I'm
out,
in
so-
that post Mandalorian depression because I know I'm gonna have to wait another friggin' year for more Mandalorian to come back.
Well, I got some slightly good news. Is apparently in the spring we might be getting more My Hero Academia. So
Yay!
That'll be
Woo! That's a plus. That's a big plus. God, but this year, if this is like the end of this year is right around the corner. I know Christmas is just here, but Christmas, that to me a rudimentary thing. Christmas is always fun, but at the same time, New Year's is always something I always look forward to. I have never looked more forward to a New Year's Day than this year, because I cannot wait for this year to be over. I cannot wait for whatever the hell has happened.
I have
this year
realistic expectations. I know the New Year doesn't change jack shit. I'm looking forward
know
to
the
whenever
New
the
Year
pandemic
welcome-
is over, which will probably be like June of next year, like or July.
I'm hoping earlier because the way they're spreading out the vaccine, they're saying it potentially.
From what I've heard, like
March
it won't
and
be
May.
available to the general public, like widespread everywhere enough to actually end the pandemic until summer of next year. Right now, all they're doing is making sure that the medical workers are as safe as they can be from it.
Well, one can hope.
But there's already been a video of them giving a nurse an empty syringe.
I've seen that.
So
I've seen
that's
that.
fucking
in
weird.
which-
Who knows if it's even going to help?
I don't know. In all honesty, dude, just this year has been an absolute nightmare in certain ways. I've not been like this year we were supposed to start making films. And I was so excited, and now we're going to try again starting next month, which is I think why I'm really excited, because next month is when we're starting to do production again. But it's taken this long for things to steady back out. Because I remember when March rolled around, and then April and everything, and just financially everything fell off of a cliff. I remember when.
It wasn't just for us, though. It was for the whole world.
Well, I know, and that pretty much just like pulled the reins back on everything we were trying to do, and now here we are, less than 2 weeks away from 2021, and
I just don't feel right being upset or complaining about it when it happened to literally everyone else, too. It's like
No, I'm not-
everyone else understands that. Like,
no, I know everyone else understands that.
because it happened
But-
to them, too. All their plans got fucked over just as much as our plans.
Yeah,
So we're
I know.
Definitely not alone on that.
I never said I was.
Yeah, no, it's just, that's my opinion on it. It's just-
Well, the thing is, like, to air it out, though, is something that that's a stress reliever that no one fucking does. No one talks about it. No one expresses it. Everyone just wants to internalize and just hope that they never have to mention it again, because if they never mention it again, then, hey, mentally it never happened. But that's not how it works. You have to talk about this shit. You have to talk about your existential dread sometimes, and you have to mention things that make you uncomfortable, because in all honesty, that's the only way it's going to be resolved, is by you actually expressing, and then all of a sudden you're just like, huh, I'm not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can talk to other people. Maybe they can offer me advice as to how I can get over this, and maybe we can all get through this together. I mean, that's probably the best thing that could happen out of this. But all right. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, this was a good video. Jaden put a lot of effort and a lot of thought and a lot of love into this, and in all honesty, I have nothing else to say but bravo. Well done, Jaden. Congratulations on completing another Nuzlocke. And hopefully if you attempt another one, you feel like you deserve it next time. Because, you've had all this stuff, you had all those visions at the end of this, showing all the alternate timelines where you failed, but yet, you succeeded. Enjoy your success, Jaden. Enjoy it.
I think the reason that I enjoy these videos is because she still has an imagination of what is happening that she's conveying over to us that makes Pokemon interesting to me again.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I was still a kid and imagined Pokemon in that same way whenever I played it like I used to, then I'd probably still have fun with it. But just as I've got older and older and played more and more RPGs that take out that necessity for imagination, it just makes me want to go play those instead. You know what I mean? I don't know. I guess it's kind of sad, because I'm just like, oh, I don't have the imagination that I used to. But I know that's not true. I still have the imagination. It's just I don't want to effort the imagination that I used to. And it's kind of sad to say, but I think that's why I feel the way I do about Pokemon. Is I'm just like, well, I could go play this game where I kind of have to imagine all of the fun while I play it, or I could go play this game where they show me all of the fun and I don't have to bother coming up with it myself.
Well,
I don't really know which is better, or if I guess they both have their pros and cons.
Well, I think the one thing with gaming is that it's a primary visual medium, and as technology has advanced forward, the lack or the necessity for imagining things, because remember when we played Pokemon, first two generations, there was nothing the world that you walked around in was like a flat surface with no vivid colors or anything like that. It was mostly especially the first two, they were just lines. They were just lines on a dot matrix panel. And as technology's marched forward, 3DS, you crank up the 3D on the 3DS, next thing you know, you're literally walking around a globe. You're literally walking through these very nice vistas on this machine that can render in 3D.
Yeah, you still have battles with static images.
But again, that's the whole thing. They've actually done different ones where it is more like Pokemon Stadium, where they included a Pokemon.
I know that's what they were gonna do with the new one, but they just ended up half-assing the new one so much that I didn't care.
I think that's the feeling of most hardcore Pokemon fans out there. So again, ladies and gentlemen,
I don't know. Maybe one day they'll catch up with other RPGs and stuff. It's anytime I just feel like I'm I kind of want to play Pokemon, I'm I can just go play Persona 5 instead.
Yeah.
It's basically a superior version of Pokemon to an extent, in a way.
Yeah.
It's definitely not kid friendly, but that's not what I'm looking for anymore. So. And I'm always having to use my imagination to make games a little more fun to an extent. Or I don't have to, it's just I kind of do. It's in Cyberpunk, I'm role-playing the shit out of my character. I'm what is my character thinking? It's why would they be doing this? What would they think about doing this situation based off of how I've played them so far? Mm-hmm. And just when I jump into a fight and see them do the animations where they impale somebody, just my head being what is that guy thinking and his friends thinking as they watch this crazy chick just jump in and fucking impale somebody on her arm blades, I don't know, but it's it's like my imagination's kind of just doing that just to add fun to the game where there's already a lot of fun. Whereas Pokemon, it's like I have to do that to even make the game fun anymore. So I don't know.
Well, I mean,
It's just me trying to
moving
be
on
philosophical about video games and talk about some of the psychiatry behind it when I don't really know what I'm talking about.
Well, trying to wax lyrical about video games. I mean, you can only go so far before eventually you become Neil Druckmann, and everyone else is wrong for criticizing your vision.
Right.
I mean,
I'm basically just throwing it out there because I'm kind of like, does anybody else feel that way? Is that just me? Am I just a weirdo?
you're probably going to have a lot of people in the comment section tell you, just enjoy the game, bro. Just enjoy the game. But you're probably going to have some people who feel
but I don't enjoy it.
Well, but that's the thing, Nick. Again, you've made this point before. You can't argue with the internet, but you will. I guarantee you will have some people who will agree with you. Listen to them and don't listen to the people who are just like, oh, just enjoy the game, bro. Because, in all honesty, they don't care about your argument. They only care about, it's like, this guy doesn't like what I like, therefore he's wrong.
Yeah, they don't have the same experiences I do, therefore they still enjoy, mindless turn-based combat, like, without having anything else to it and that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Jaden Animations. I attempted the Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke, and if you liked what you saw, you want to check out more from Jaden Animations, you can actually click Jaden's name in the title of the video. And if you want to see more from us, you know what to do. You hit that subscribe button, you ring that bell to stay notified, and I guess until next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you then, everybody. Peace out.